Hi everybody, I'm Scott Lamar for The Spark. Today we are at the Dauphin County Technical School where I'm going to learn how to do a lower impression. It's part of Dauphin County Technical School's dental assisting program. Isaiah Bruce is going to teach me, and he promises that he's going to make sure that I'm in good dental health by the time I leave here today.
I'm in the dental assistant program. I think either I want to just be a general dentist, doing fillings and stuff like that, or become just a hygienist, which is a lot shorter than a dentist, but something like that. So today we're going to be taking a lower impression on our patient today, and what the impression is used for is we can use it to make a study model so that we can see the surrounding tissues and just the tooth structure and anatomy of the teeth itself.
What attracted you to being a dentist or being a dental hygienist?
Honestly, a major role was just the charisma of my teachers, the people that are here teaching it. And it just, when I was going through the rotation, something just clicked.
I mean, you didn't have any dreams growing up of being a dentist or anything like that. So it was your teachers who kind of turned you on to the profession, the career.
So we want to take the tray and seat it in their mouth with nothing in it just to make sure that it fits them. Then we would come over here. Then we're going to measure out our powder and water for the impressions.
I'm sure there are people who say to you, well, you want to get into people's mouths? For people who are not aspiring to be a dentist or a hygienist or a dental assistant, they may think, well, that's not something that I would actually think of. So tell me about that. Tell me about your experiences with it.
I just kind of think that, your teeth are really important, and everybody needs to eat, everybody needs to speak, and so you kind of need your teeth and your everything up here. So we'll take our alginate, which is an irreversible hydrocolloid material, which basically means you can't, once the impression's made, you can't, there's no going back. And we use 2 scoops of powder for a bottom impression and 3 scoops for a top. And measure out 2 lines of water.
What have you learned since you've been here?
Oh my gosh, so much. We've learned how to do impressions, we can do crowns, we've learned how to do fillings, we're doing radiology right now, so taking radiographs and using x-rays. We've done head and neck anatomy, all sorts of stuff.
Do you have a favorite?
Orthodontics, like braces and stuff. And we're gonna take our powder into the water. And now we've got to be kind of quick because this is setting as we're speaking. So you want to mix the powder just, as fast as you can, just to make sure that it doesn't set before you put it in their mouth. And I'm going to load it from the lingual side, which is the side the tongue is on, and then just kind of wrap it around, making sure that it's all evenly loaded.
Is there something that you feel you need to get better at?
Well, honestly, I need to get better at impressions because that is a really critical part. That's what we're going to be doing that every single day. And sometimes they come out really good and sometimes not so much.
Why? What's the difference between one that's really good and one that's not?
It could be how far you seated it down, if you captured all the teeth and the surrounding tissues, kind of, if you have a certain amount of distance from the back of the teeth, just make sure you're capturing everything. And when you're going to seat it, you want to make sure that the impression is straight up and down with the teeth, and then you just smush it like a sandwich. And now we got to wait until it hardens. But you want to keep a firm grip on it the whole time that it's hardening. If this was a real patient, we would want to be reassuring them, you're doing great, just another minute or 2. Because this could be really uncomfortable for some people.
Do people take care of their teeth?
No.
Why do you
Not
say
a
that?
lot.
Why do you say that?
Because there's a lot of people with cavities. Lots of people don't like brushing their teeth. I used to never brush my teeth, but I do, I promise.
So when you look at someone's teeth, what are you looking for?
Kind of to see they're on track, they're straight, they're healthy, you know, they're not eroding or becoming necrotic like dead, you know. If they're not straight, if they have an overbite, underbite, crossbite, or an open bite, you know, they're gonna need braces or, you know, a corrector of some sort. You want to protect the top teeth, so when you're pulling it out so you don't, you know, hurt them. And when you pull it out, you can see that we captured all of the teeth and surrounding tissues. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. You can see just all of the cusps, a lower impression.
Well, Isaiah, thank you very much for showing us how to do a lower impression.
Thank you.
And good luck on your career and your future. It's been a lot of fun here today. Probably the most fun I've had in a dental office. Not a real dental office, but just as good. Coming to you from the Dauphin County Technical School, I'm Scott Lamar for The Spark.
Can we get a mannequin?
This video was produced for Mosaic by WITF. To help support this project, please visit witf.org/mosaic.